Let's have a look at some of the stories that were making news this week. Now, the first story is one of my favourites. Jacqui Lambie. Now, Jacqui has been all over social media recently, and just like all mums on Facebook, she's been very embarrassing. Now, here is a Facebook post from earlier this week that she put up. Let's read this out. If you want to use illicit drugs, then go and get a job. Now, what I love about this is that I'm not sure if that's anti-drugs or just sound financial advice.
I think it's great financial advice because, guys, drugs are really expensive.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, you know, you want to be responsible about it. You can't really go and ask for a loan from the bank for drugs if you don't have a good job, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And it's very hard to do your job while you're on the illegal drugs.
Yeah.
It's a catch-22.
Can we just have a look at that picture again? Because what I love about this picture is that Jacqui Lambie is trying to make a very important point. And she's gone with Comic Sans as her font.
Love it.
Like, she could have done Times New Roman. Nah, Comic Sans, that'll do this justice. Oh, and also, did you notice, Elizabeth, you pointed this out to me earlier.
Yeah.
If you look in the picture, sorry, we have to have a look at this again.
Yeah.
But if, this will just be the entire show. If you have a look at this, in the background, Jacqui Lambie has an oil painting of herself.
I love it. There is nothing classier than putting out a PSA like that in front of an oil painting of yourself.
I feel like it's come about, someone's insulted her and said, Jacqui, you ain't no oil painting. She said, well, what's that right there?
I love that she just looks like a Bond villain with her own oil painting.
Well, speaking of villains wanting to take over the world, the universe, Fox News reporter Catherine Timpf angered a lot of Star Wars fans this week when she said this.
Tweeted something, and all I said was that I wasn't familiar with Star Wars because I've been too busy liking cool things and being attractive.
Yeah, she sounds like a character from the movie Mean Girls. But also the fact that the Star Wars fans sent her death threats. That's crazy. They're way too defensive about these brilliant movies that are wonderful.
But there's only so precious you can get about a movie that has the character Jar Jar Binks in it. Like, come on, guys, settle down, calm your farm.
These movies are not meant to be taken seriously, though. I mean, like, you don't see the fans of, like, the exotic Marigold Hotel series sending out death threats over Twitter every time someone has a go at those movies, you know?
Which is mostly because they're too old to know what Twitter is, but they do send out they do send out a lot of death threats over the wireless in Morse code, which we can't do.
Exactly. This Wednesday was International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. It's commonly known in Australia as White Ribbon Day. Now, feminist commentator Clementine Ford celebrated by publishing screenshots of every abusive message, dick pic and request for nude photos that she has received since June. Now, there were a lot of them, and we would show you some examples, but they contravene our rating standards. Ford also criticised White Ribbon, calling it an organisation keen on symbols over action. Now, I don't know what these dick pic guys were thinking, because Ford has done this before. You know, she's published screenshots uncensored, and guys that she's named and shamed have been angry at being publicly humiliated. Like, headlines should read, "Man sends journalist content, shocked when journalist publishes."
I just feel like dick pics in general are a little bit like Adam Sandler movies. Nobody wants them, but they keep making them.
I love it as well. Like, do these men try and win arguments like this in their everyday life? Like, well, I think you should suck on this, Your Honour. I'll be paying for this parking fine with a photo of my penis.
It doesn't work, trust me. You just get another fine.
Yeah, it's true.
Then again, you know, considering Northern Territory Attorney General John Elfrink made these comments about Labor MP Natasha Files while he was a White Ribbon ambassador. Take a look.
Yeah, look, I'm really tempted to give her a slap right now, figuratively speaking, of course, because...
I think you should focus on the...
yeah, you may well be right, Madam Speaker, but for goodness sakes, if a minister...
Now, he is figuratively a dick. Elfrink has resigned as the ambassador, but he also refused to apologise, was defended by his colleagues, and kept his job. So I guess, yes, it does work to behave like an idiot in the real world, you know? That's why these morons think they can get away with it, because they can.
Welcome to Australian politics, guys.